Joe Biden's dog is kicked out of the White House because it won't stop biting people. Folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalists, and even though this may seem unimportant at first, there's quite a bit of interesting things to read into this in terms of leadership, in terms of how good of a dog owner are you or not, and this man being actually the president of the United States when he cannot handle his own pet. Well, this is from CNN. Again, I'm not looking at some anti-Joe Biden media outlet. No, this is as mainstream legacy media as it could possibly get. This is CNN. Biden's dog Commander, what a damn stupid name that is, involved in more White House biting incidents than previously reported. Commander. You know, I think his other dog was called Mayor. So anyone that gives you're trying to give it like badass names to their dogs, that's usually a poor indication of your own character. You know, the way I see this, you know, you may name your dog whatever, but based on my experience, usually people that try to sound tough and strong usually are the ones that are the least. But this is the news right here, okay?
This morning we're learning that Commander Biden is out of the White House. We're talking about the first couple's 2-year-old German Shepherd, Commander, who has been removed from the residence, we've learned, after it appears he was involved in more biting incidents than the 11 that had been reported. Our Betsy Klein joins us from the White House with this reporting. I think it was last week we were talking about he bit a Secret Service agent, and now it's more than was thought?
Yeah, so we knew over the summer that Commander Biden had bit about 10 Secret Service employees, and that number grew last week to 11. But in the course of my reporting, talking to White House sources, it became clear that that number was actually much higher. It was in the dozens, and it wasn't just Secret Service. It was residents, staff, and other White House personnel. Now, those bites really ranged in severity. We know that one person was treated at a hospital, but other people were undocumented and untreated for these injuries.
Betsy, your story is fascinating. Obviously, everybody focuses on Commander and the dog, and everybody just likes to talk about dogs generally. But you also get at what you report is a very real tension between the Biden family and the Secret Service. Walk me through that.
Yeah, so this started really back in 2021 when there were incidents with the Biden's first dog, Major, who was biting Secret Service and other...
Major Commander, what kind of wuss names his dogs like that?
Resident staff, and that was reported at the time. But sources tell me that that really led to a breach in trust. It was a very stressful situation for the president and first lady. And, you know, the Secret Service says that there is any report of tension there is categorically false. But one source that's familiar with the relationship described it to me as combustible.
And what happens to Commander now?
Yeah, so, you know, it's a workplace safety issue. Now, I think we know
anyway, you see where this is going, right?
Now, it became clear that that number was under Biden.
I want to show you something.
I think it was last week we were talking about he bit a Secret Service. It appears he was involved in more.
This man is no good as a dog owner. He's not the leader of his pack, of his family. He's not definitely an alpha male. Nothing could be more distant than anything related to Joe Biden in terms of that. He's the most beta, most weak character type of man that you could possibly think of, especially in politics these days. He is really lacking. Ironically enough, this man is supposed to be the president of the United States. But do you see the same thing I'm seeing here? The dog is perfectly fine. German Shepherd is a perfectly fine breed of dogs. I actually recommended it in a previous video, specifically talking about dogs. German Shepherds are great. I actually had one that was fantastic. Do you see the same things I see in this still image here? First of all, the dog is in the couch. It shouldn't be in the couch. The dog should understand that his place is on the floor, not the same as the ones occupied by humans. The human members of his pack occupy a different place than his own. That would be one of the first things to bring up. And I understand that many of you probably watch TV with your dog on top. Okay, whatever. Do whatever you want. You know what you're doing or not. I'm just saying that this just basically goes very aligned with the idea that this dog is randomly biting people. Besides that, the dog is leaning more towards Jill, Joe Biden's wife, than to him. Usually what you see is that the dog will try to lean more towards the one that he feels is more of a leader. Definitely not the case there. And so as to verify and confirm and reinforce that, what I'm saying, Jill's own arm is over the dog while Joe like pets it on the side. The dog is not even
More biting
acknowledging
incidents
him.
than the 11 that had been reported. Our Betsy Klein joins us from the White House with this shepherd commander who has been removed from the residence, we've learned, after it appears he was involved in more biting.
You see this? You see what I'm going for? So this man is no leader. This man is no pack leader of any kind, and he's in theory the president of the United States. We know that's probably not true, but I mean officially that's his job, correct? But it just goes along with everything else that we know about him. He's also a horrible father. Hunter Biden would be, most men would be ashamed of having brought up a man like Joe Biden, like Hunter Biden, an addict, taking pictures of himself, doing crack and other illegal substances, and pictures and videos or whatever is out there of him with ladies that offer certain services of the night. We have to be careful here with YouTube with the language that we use, but you know exactly what Hunter Biden is. He is embarrassment of a man, and it just goes perfectly aligned with what this man himself, Joe Biden, has to offer in terms of his abilities as a father, as a leader, or in this case, as a dog owner. Guys, just a few things to keep in mind. It is concerning that this man is right now the standing president of the United States. Guys, see you next time. Take care.